it's your grandma Cece, and I'm here to do a review for Zatima Season 2, Episode 19. The episode starts off with the doctor telling Zach that she's sorry. The doctor reveals that Gladys has lost all activity to her brain, and she basically would be in a vesicitized state if they keep her on life support any longer. So they have to decide whether to pull the plug or not. Jeremiah overhears the conversation, and he goes off in rage like, "Y'all not killing my mama. Y'all gonna let him kill my mama? Y'all not killing my mama." Then he tells the doctor, if she was white, y'all would have did everything y'all could to help her. But since she's black, y'all don't care. Which he's right, because white doctors really don't care about black people's health. But the doctor informs Jeremiah that it's up to him and Zach whether to sign the papers. And Jeremiah is like, "I'm not signing nothing." Zach is like, "Well, her quality of life wouldn't be good if she just stays on life support. So I think that it would be best just to sign them." The doctor tells Jeremiah that if he doesn't calm down from his rage, he will be escorted by security. Fatima says, "I think you do need to call security." Jeremiah says, "Shut up, B." That's when Zach gets up and punches Jeremiah in the face. And the doctor said, if you hadn't done that, security would have. Zach goes in the room to see his mom, and his mom is hooked up to tubes and everything. And he tells her that, "I'm sorry that I gave you the $500. I shouldn't have gave it to you. But Mom, why do you have to be so selfish? Why can't you?" Zach keeps saying, I'm sorry. And he starts to break down in Fatima's arms. And as he's breaking down, the lady from the billing department by the name of Gloria walks in, and she's like, "I know this is an emotional moment and this might not be the right time, but Mr. Taylor, can I talk to you outside?" Zach is like, "I just can't leave her like this." Fatima's like, "I'll talk to her." Gloria's like, "Who's this?" And Zach says, "My wife." I'm like, "Yes, Zach, you better come with that wife energy." That's when Gloria tells Fatima that Gladys doesn't have health insurance and that they need to make a decision whether they're going to sign the papers or not, because ICU needs the rooms. Fatima's like, "So this is all business for y'all?" Gloria's like, "No, but the rooms do need to be filled." And that's when Gloria lets it be known that in order to keep Gladys on life support, it'll be $18,000 a day. And the reason that they're asking Zach all these questions is because Jeremiah told them that his brother will handle it. And Gloria also lets it be known that Zach's accounts are frozen. Fatima's like, "This can't be true." That's when Gloria shows her the paper of Zach's account being frozen. She also tells Fatima that her stay for the first 2 nights is $36,000. Fatima goes back into the room with Zach, and she doesn't want to tell Zach what Gloria said, but he keeps asking. So she finally tells him that Gloria said that Gladys doesn't have life insurance, and y'all have to make a decision whether to take her off life support or not. And Zach said, "Do I have to make a decision today?" Fatima's like, "No, you don't." But I'm like, the way that Gloria is talking, yes, y'all do. So I don't know why y'all trying to sugarcoat it from Zach. Jeremiah comes in the room screaming, "Mama, Mama," begging and pleading for his mom. And I'm like, "Jeremiah, the only thing that's keeping your mom alive for real, and barely alive, is life support." When we see Bryce at Andrew's house, and he was telling her that all my accounts are frozen, and I can't pay for anything, and I need to talk to Zach right now, because I know he did something. Andrew was like, "Well, it won't be the right time right now, because Zach is at the hospital." He's like, "What?" Andrew was like, "Yeah, his mom is at the hospital, and she's pretty bad." Bryce is like, "I really need to talk to Zach." That's when Angela calls Fatima, and she tells her, "Give me a call when you leave the hospital." Fatima's like, "What's wrong?" Angela's like, Nothing. I'm like, this is majorly important right now, and I think that you should tell her, no matter the situation. So Angela keeps saying that it's nothing. Fatima says, "I'll call you." But then Fatima also tells her that Zach is the one that has to make the decision whether to pull the plug on his mom. And then that's when Angela tell Bryce what Fatima said, and he's like, oh man. Angela also says, we'll just come over so we can talk. Fatima's like, Zach is not in the mood for company right now, so I don't think it's a good idea to come. Jeremiah is back in the room, again talking to his mama, but this time he's talking to Zach and his mom. And he keeps telling Gladys that Zach is trying to kill her and that Zach doesn't love her. And Zach is like, go ahead with all that. What you really want is a check, and the longer you keep her alive, the longer that you can get money for her. Zach tells Jeremiah the longer that you keep her alive, the more care that she will need, because she's already in a vegetable state. Zach asks Jeremiah, does he have money for her care? And he's like, no. And Zach is like, so why would you try to keep her alive? And her quality of life won't be good because she can't see, she can't talk, she can't eat or anything. So what would the point of her suffering here on earth when she could be peaceful? Tony and Nathan show up to the hospital and they talk to Fatima, and Tony asks, how's Miss Gladys? And Fatima says she's not good, she probably won't make it through the night. And Tony and Nathan both look sad. Tony says, well, can you call me if anything happens? Fatima says, yeah, I will, but I don't have your number. So then that's when Tony gives Fatima his number. And Nathan takes it upon himself to apologize right now, which I appreciate the apology, Nathan, but right now is not the time. And Fatima basically says, your apology requires change behavior, and you haven't changed it because you're still hanging around Belinda, and you're probably the one that made the fake profile with her. Nathan's like, I didn't, and I don't know anything about it. And Nathan's like, well, I'm sorry, and I promise that I won't hang out with her no more. And Fatima's like, okay, alright. We see the doctor coming out to talk to Zach and Fatima again, and the doctor says the only way we can help her is if you have power of attorney. And Zach is like, well, they're not the type of people to have power of attorney, but I did want to ask you something. Did you do everything to help her? And the doctor says, yeah. Then when the doctor leaves, Zach asks, will you come home with me? And Fatima's like, yeah. Zach also tells her that he was glad that she was there to be with him. Zach and Fatima arrive home, and Deja's standing outside with her neck brace on. And I'm like, Deja, Fatima already saw you without your neck brace, so why do you have it back on? But Deja goes, look, I just came out here to tell you that I'll get your money to you as soon as possible. And Deja's trying to be all nice, and Zach and Fatima are trying to tell her that right now is not the time. And I'm like, Deja, read the room. It's not always about you and your funny antics. Zach and Fatima are inside, and they're talking, and Zach is just thanking her for being there for him today. And he lets Fatima know that he loves his mom, but he feels empty, and everything that happened to him as a child is resurfacing. Fatima's like, I know what you mean, because I had to deal with my own things. Zach is like, you're going through your own stuff, and you're still by my side. Fatima says, that's because I see where you're going and not where you are. And I'm like, yes, Fatima, you better speak life into him. Fatima's like, I'm not leaving you, and I'm not going anywhere. Zach is like, you promise? She's like, yeah. Zach is like, I really need to hear that. And can we go back to Angela's place and get your stuff and bring them back? Fatima's like, I'll go get my things, but I'm not leaving you right now. Fatima's like, I love you. And Zach says, I love you too. And they share a little moment. Angela, didn't Fatima tell you not to pull up to the house? Because it's not a good time, but you pull up anyway? Because Angela and Bryce pull up to Fatima's house, and Deja sees them, and she says that Bryce is fine, and she calls him a Chinese man, and Angela corrects her, and she's like, he's actually Japanese. Deja's like, oh well, he's still fine, and our kids will be cute. And that's when they knock on Zach's door, and I'm like, this is not the time right now. Angela and Bryce walk in, and she tells Zach, I'm sorry to hear about your mom, and Zach says thank you. And Bryce says, yeah, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Angela looks at Bryce again, and Bryce opens his mouth and he says, all of our accounts are frozen. All of our assets are gone. And they're gone because I'm associated with you. Zach is like, what? He's like, hold on. Let me know what you guys think about the episode. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications. Bye.